And we're live!
Hey everyone, welcome to another Twitching Hour. How are you guys?
Hello everyone, welcome to another Twitching Hour.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. It's
And
been
today,
two.
sorry. And today it's just the three of us because
Yes.
the girls had to go to college to get an education
Get an education.
and not end up in an indie studio like us, working
That's
their
true.
asses off all day.
They still have a chance at a future. We've
At
let
a
them
bright
go.
future.
So first we don't stream for a week and then
It's just the three of us.
it's just the three of us. It's all going downhill. Actually, it's not going downhill. It's going great. Hey, Erasmus boy, welcome to the stream. So
Hey,
sorry,
Erasmus
sorry,
boy.
sorry about not streaming last week. I know we said we were gonna stream every week, but damn, last week we were so freaking tired.
Yeah, and
Something
I was away.
Nico
was
Girls
away.
were at
The girls
school.
were-
You
yeah.
were feeling sick.
Yeah, and just the two
it
of
was-
us. Like,
it was a mess.
it would not have been as hey Michael, welcome to the stream.
Hey Michael!
The man with the emoticon. Yeah, so it would not have
The
been as
Viking
entertaining as
Saint.
possible. No, what?
Viking Saint.
Viking Saint.
And
You
he
see,
says-
Pussy? Yes, it's the Pussy Patrol T-shirt.
Is the lighting okay? Just let me.
Yeah, here's the deal.
In a second.
You remember when we used to have that cool lighting setup? Well, we don't have that anymore because our upstairs neighbors.
Has left the building.
Yeah, they've left the building. They've moved. They've since moved house. Actually, yesterday. So all of the lighting, the cool lighting equipment and video equipment and everything is gone, baby, gone. So sadly, we're gonna have to do with a couple of spotlights right above us. And I see, actually, there's three of them, but the one in the middle isn't working. So you guys are gonna have to put up with this. I am very nicely and dramatically shaded by this lemon tree, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And we have neons, so if I turn the neons on, it will just
There's
flicker.
a lot of flickering.
Yeah, so this is the best we can do, guys. But
So as usual, what we do here is talk to you guys about what we've been up to working on our game and other games that we might want to discuss. Other stuff that we might want to discuss.
Anything
Hey, Cyber Demon,
Hey,
long
Cyber
time no
Demon.
see. And yeah, pretty much anything at all. If you guys feel like asking us stuff or just want to talk about stuff. Oh shit.
What?
No, 3.0 just grabbed my just grabbed my bracelet. She's behind here. 3.0 is right behind us on chilling on the heater. So yeah, what have we been up to, boys and girls?
working.
Oh, working.
Yeah.
Working.
You were saying that things are not going downhill. I was saying that things are going uphill.
They are going very
Slow
uphill.
and steady.
That's true. That's
Slow
true.
and steady.
Because we've been content complete for a while now, and
Pansy.
Pansy,
Pansy.
what's up, Pansy man? Not Pansy man. That sounded wrong. What's up, Pansy? Comma man. How you doing? Yeah. So yeah, we've been content complete. Nico's been working on adding cool lights and everything.
Yeah, shadow effects.
Shadows and stuff.
Lights and everything.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm messing with Liviu's background, and colors and everything.
We were just discussing this, the two of us working on something visual together, it's like that movie Arrival where you contact the aliens and you somehow need to figure out a way to find a common language. That's how me and Nico work.
She's saying, move it to the left. You mean right, left. Oh yeah, up. How do you think about this being down?
It's a lot of fun, and
Hello.
it's cool that it's cool that we can finally do the whole lighting setup, and we're doing game logic at the same time. Well, the girls are working on that, but they're not here right now. Kami, what are you doing?
I'm working on cutscenes, and I remember you saying in the Kickstarter that we won't do cutscenes unless we hit a stretch goal, and we didn't. And still, you've put like a ton of animation there, more. Like, the animations are so much more complex and longer than
Than the character ones.
the character ones in
Yes,
the game,
that's
and
true.
it's crazy. So I've been working my ass
That's
off
true
for
because because adventure game characters are mainly just static, most of them. They just have like an idle and they have a talk animation and stuff. But I wanted us to have like epic cinematic cutscenes, and we do.
They are gonna be epic. They look amazing.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
a lot of work for them.
It's a lot of work. I know we didn't hit that stretch goal, but still wanted to do it because we were an animation studio first and foremost.
It's fun.
So
It's
that's
fun.
what we're not doing. And as for me, man, I've been dealing with actors, lots and lots of voice actors.
You're doing the most stressful job of us all.
Yeah, because it's I mean, it's super awesome that we can work remotely with talent, but at the same time, you know how it is. You know, you email someone, and it's not that they don't. It's not that they're taking their sweet time or anything, but you know, you just don't see the email, you just don't get to it, and people answer, you know, respond a week later, and you have to deal with agents and stuff like that. But it's cool. It's super nice that people are very helpful within the indie scene. You know, we're not getting billed enormous amounts of money. We have budgeted for we did budget properly for the voices and stuff. But we still have like friends. We have awesome guys who are just doing it for free. You know, they're just like, no man, I'm asking, you know, what do you want for compensation? They're like, no, I just want to be in this game. I don't care about getting money. It's just awesome, and I just want to be in them. And I'm so grateful for that. It's just like a very, very cool, you know, indie attitude where people just want to help each other out, and it's great. And if I had the time.
I don't know.
If I were to have, I have to have the time, I probably do the same thing myself. I love to contribute graphics and voices and anything really. But now we have to focus on our game. 3.0 is just circling around here.
Yes.
She's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, Michael, that's true. But yeah, that's what's been up to. And I'm also talking to like local actors and stuff.
She wants to jump.
Forgot
on the chair.
on the No, don't do that.
Oh, it's okay.
Our webcam is on the chair.
It's gonna shake a little. We can pretend it's an earthquake or something.
Yeah, so if you see the camera shaking, that's 3.0 jumping on the chair that our webcam is on. We have a very professional setup here. Yeah.
No, don't do it. No.
3.0. 3.0
no.
farted again today. Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't so bad. We're gonna see it. We have a little bit of a delay.
She
We're gonna
was a
see it
cat.
now.
She's a cat.
Yeah.
She's graceful.
She's graceful, but her farts are horrible. That's what I was telling the guys. Like before, she was just lying she was right next to the door, lying on the ground, and I just rubbed her belly a little bit, you know?
You de-inflated.
Yeah, and I think I unwillingly deflated her stomach or something. She had some gas.
Oh,
Man, that gas really, like, she can really release some very toxic stuff for such a small animal. So that's her secret.
I think the entire cat is just a stomach of how much she eats.
Yeah. So that's what we've been up to. Okay, that's it for the Twitching Hour. That's what we've been up to. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys later. Nah, just kidding. What else? What else has been up to that we can talk about?
I have finished Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh, you finished Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Yeah, after 50 hours of gameplay.
I think that's as long as they were saying it's gonna take, right?
It felt so abrupt. And it ended when...
You know what happened? They ran out of money.
No, it ended... I don't know how to put
Just
it.
don't spoil it. Just don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it, but... You know, it's like when you're watching one season of a really nice show, and all of a sudden you can see that the season has ended, and when everything was culminating, or when the plot was like, something big is about to happen, it's like, okay, this is it, the end.
So you didn't have the nice
they just
high point
they
and
left me
denouement.
hanging there.
Was it baiting for a sequel or something?
It's they I don't know. I just felt empty inside. I mean, the game is very beautiful. I loved that game so much. It's like one of the best game I played since Fallout 4.
Oh, there you go. Cyber Demon said, the original plan was to make the game in 3 acts, and they only made 2 of them.
I don't know.
It's always up to when things end abruptly like that.
I mean, if that was
usually
only
run out of budget
50
or something.
hours, and I was doing side quests, I've done like half of the side quests in the game, and let me tell you, if those are 2 acts in the same time, something's wrong. I mean, I've played Fallout, I'm close to 150 hours, and I think I'm a little bit like halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I expected. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Kingdom Come Deliverance is such an awesome game. I mean, it really is.
It is, but even though they made a lot of money, they're still an indie studio.
I hated the combat system, but when I understood it better, I liked it, even if it's really hard with the mouse to move the crosshair around those different battling points or
because they have that weird
crosshair, and
Yeah.
you have to hit up and down. And but after I was training with that captain guy for every day for like a week or two,
we're
the game-
still talking about the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
you have to train. And each morning I was there training and sleeping and training and sleeping. And after 2 weeks in game of training with him, I became a monster.
Literally, hey,
Yeah,
says
you
a
could
squirrel,
kill
welcome to the stream.
everyone. But even so, one big flaw that the game has, you can't, at least I couldn't figure out a way to battle 2 enemies in the same time in melee. So there is like
Well,
no
that's
way.
realistic.
It focuses on one, and I cannot move to the other.
Oh, and
The
does
controls
the
are
other
glitchy. I have to press two keys in the same time, and I move to the other, and I'm too late to block that attack. And by the time I'm moving back, it's real mess. And I went into archery. I've changed the setting to have a crosshair.
But are they attacking you at the same time, or is it
Yeah,
that?
in the same time.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought it was that
No, in the
Batman
same
Arkham thing
time,
where
and it
they're
was-
just waiting in the
Yeah,
sides.
it's such a it's unplayable. It's unplayable. Even if I had full plating and everything. So I went archery, and playing as an archer is really easy. You're just pressing the back key, and you're pulling, and you're firing at the armor's weak spot. That's another cool thing. So the arrow actually detects what spot on the armor you're hitting.
Oh,
if you're
okay.
hitting a plated section or a mail section.
We're talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance, says
Yeah.
the squirrel.
So I really like the game. So don't get me wrong, I really like the game. With the latest patch, they fixed a lot of stuff, and I liked it so much that I want to replay it again at some point. But I didn't like the fact that the game left me hanging there. It's like I felt empty inside.
But
I
Nico,
felt like-
did you enjoy the journey up to the destination? I feel like philosophically that's the way it should be. I don't know.
Not
I mean,
most of it. There were some cringy bugs. Maybe hate
Oh,
the
yeah,
game
okay.
very much.
okay.
I was just like playing for half an hour or an hour, and the game crashed. I couldn't pass through a door or something. I'm like, okay, I'm stuck. I have to load.
But they were in early access before, right?
Yeah.
You would think that
I
they.
felt like I wanted to delete the game, but it was so good that I couldn't.
Speaking of games, we're gonna give away Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
3.
the stairs are bugged.
The stairs are bugged. We're giving away Assassin's Creed 3 thanks to our patron Saint Michael, who has
awesome.
provided us
Really,
the link. So
we
thank you
have
for
to call
that.
him like that.
Yeah,
Patron Saint
patron-
Michael.
Patron Saint Michael of
That's
the Give Us
awesome.
Church.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stick around if you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3. You are going to get a key if you are lucky and if Nightbot cooperates. But he did cooperate.
Have you started the Nightbot?
Shit, I haven't started the Nightbot.
Go
Okay,
start it.
you keep talking about.
Yeah, I will
Kingdom
talk
Come
about
Deliverance.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. I have a lot of things to say. I have a lot of things on my chest.
You keep acting like you're interested.
Like, you know what I'm talking about. Have you seen the game? Well, anyway, it's a really, really cool game. I really like the fact that you can fight while mounted, even if it's a little bit glitchy. And you can shoot your bow, not fire your bow, shoot your bow while mounted, and that's really overpowering. And the NPC seems to react if you're looting everything, of course if they're not bandits. And there's one mini game, and interesting things can happen while you fast travel. So all in all, this game, I feel that it pushed the RPG industry in the right direction. So the open world RPG industry seems to be pushed in the right direction with this game.
And they're an indie, which is crazy.
Yeah, it has so many cool ideas that I feel like it's really pushing the RPG open world RPG genre in the right direction. And I really like the fact that it's non-fantasy. I thought like, okay, it's going to be boring, but it's not. And there is one part I don't think I'm going to spoil it if I tell you that you get to be inside the church, and the lights, the music. They actually have singing monks at the.
Are they singing Slavic? Or?
Yeah, it's so. I mean, you're feeling like you're there, feeling the monastic life. I think.
Yeah, I have a question though. The game is in English, right?
Yeah, and there are words that sometimes they tell you things like kurva or things like that are swear words in other languages, and they're also talking Hungarian. They are the Cumans, and they're and they're swearing in Hungarian.
But I feel like it would be. I know it's a very risky thing, and nobody's probably gonna do it. But if they were really going for the very for historically accurate, they should have gone into talking into the Czech language or whatever.
I agree. The monastery is bugged before they done the latest patch, which was like 1 week ago. So yeah, in the monastery I ended up just killing the guy and dragging his body. But after the patch, I was like, man, I didn't like that, and I went back to an older save and I played it the right way, and they really fixed the monastery. I mean, at least most of them.
Family friendly stream, Nico. Well, we're trying to stay away from just English curse words. I guess Czech curse words are okay. But I wish.
Well, there are in Kingdom Come Deliverance.
It would have been cool if it were in the actual language. You know, I heard there's this game called the Council that's launched recently, and it's so weird because the main character is a French person, but he's being voiced by an American actor, and every once, without any kind of accent or anything, that would be ridiculous, and every once in a while he just says something in French.
In Kingdom Come Deliverance, there are ugly women, there are women without big breasts. No, I'm serious.
No, I agree.
Like it's something
great,
in the right direction.
Yeah, that's true.
True. I mean, the faces of the NPCs, they're so different, and there are old ladies, and not everyone is good looking.
I agree. That's weird. That's what's weird about, like, for example, games like Skyrim, where everyone is super slender and thin, and they have big boobs, and the fucking bikini armor. It just doesn't make sense. Like in games like Skyrim, where it's freezing outside, and the girls are all in like these hot pants, like these armor hot pants.
No, I mean there are ugly women. I'm not saying that all of them are.
In reality or in the game, or I mean both. But yeah, it's not just about the whole diversity for diversity's sake. It's just it feels more like a real world that way.
It really does.
Usually with the TV shows or movies, if all the casts are beautiful actors, that's a sign the movie's not going to be so good. So
the more actors look like models, the worse the show is usually. It's usually like a procedural or something like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, if you're stinking, the characters react to you differently, or if you're.
Oh, I heard that if you have like blood on your face.
Yeah, it's
then you're not trustworthy or something, and you can go wash yourself in the trough or something.
Or you can take a bath.
But the bath costs money, right?
If you don't have a speech perk, then it's free.
Can you do the whole Fallout thing where you're like a disabled person?
There is a Necronomicon that I got. And there is a quest where you have to.
That's awesome. That sounds
use
awesome.
it. So there is a Necronomicon in the game. Another thing that I'm so used to games like this that before I start the main quest line or things like that, I worked on the side quest to become really, really strong and skilled in everything. But if you're the kind of guy that just goes for the main quest, for example, you can't finish the monastery because you don't have the necessary locking pick, or you can't finish some other, and you get stuck. And also, even if the game is an open world,
so like a point and click adventure,
even if it's an open world, the game forces you in a certain direction. It's like, okay, do you want to be good? Do you want to be bad? But if you're bad, the game punishes you.
Oh.
And you have to be good in a certain way. For example, if you want to be the guy, I don't want to kill that guy, or I don't want to do that. Well, we're sorry, you have to be the guy that kills him.
So there's not a morality system or something like that?
Yeah, there is a weird morality system that if you're not doing what the game wants you to do, you get punished. So they punish you. and they punish you and they punish you. But in the end, you kind of figure out, okay, so Henry, the main character, you want him to be a knight that comes from a blacksmith.
Oh, so this is so that the story goes the way that they want it to go, right? Yeah, that's
if you're playing in other directions, the game punishes you.
I gotcha.
It's like you're not getting the right rewards, your people react badly, you can't get as many side quests and things like that, and a lot of doors close.
That's the thing with this kind of game design is very, very difficult to pull off, where all your choices actually inform the game and transform it. Because when Telltale started making games, they were saying that Pandemonium, they were claiming that, you know, all of your choices inform how the game happens, but actually they're just the illusion of choice, not really choices. Because that would just branch out way too much in order to make in order to make that happen.
Here, I mean, some of the way you're doing some of the things, they're okay.
Yeah, but it only affects secondary stuff, right? It doesn't affect the main course of the story.
Yeah, the main course is pretty set in stone, so to speak. So it's more like an adventure game.
Yeah.
You can say, if you're moving.
So it's pretty linear, right?
Yeah, in a way. You have to play the way the writer expects you to play, or else you get punished. So that's one thing.
See, that's something that doesn't actually happen in adventures, because you don't really get the option of doing things. I mean, you do sometimes, but not to the extent of where it really affects
not like an
the
open
storyline.
world RPG.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't know. I think it's the same for. I mean, Skyrim, Oblivion.
Yeah, it just sort of affects the way NPCs react to your stuff.
Skyrim feels shallow after Kingdom Come Deliverance.
How can you say that?
No, really. I started playing Skyrim for like a few hours, and there are so many things that I felt that they were missing. First of all, the thing that where you have to eat, sleep, carry food.
Well, there's
food
mods
that
for that.
Spoils.
But it's a 7-year-old game.
I understand. I mean, Fallout 4 does this really good, the survival part. So, Kingdom Come Deliverance does it, but not as good as Fallout 4. But it's pretty okay. So I got used to that system where you need to sleep. I was like in Skyrim, okay, I have to pick up this bread and apple. I was like, why? Because in the other games you have to pick up the food. So.
I think Skyrim is pretty hard to beat in terms of atmosphere. They really nailed the atmosphere in Skyrim. I don't really get that vibe. I haven't played Kingdom Come, but I don't really get that vibe of very, very nicely done atmosphere. You know.
In Kingdom Come, you have, and as it was mentioned, it has really, really good music. So the music and the sounds are awesome.
Indeed.
Oh, what can we say? Kami, what have you been playing lately?
Nothing.
Toon Boom Harmony.
Toon Boom Harmony, yeah, all day long. I don't know. I haven't played those games. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't really know what you're talking about. I'm not a fan of survival elements in RPGs either. But look, Niku likes them. To me, they're just a hassle.
Them.
Like, what? I have to pay attention to these fucking meters on top of everything I'm doing, and just walk. You know, it's too cold. You have to.
They feel like so. It's like I can't believe they weren't there in the first place.
I think Niku is a survivalist deep at heart.
They're really well integrated in the game. It's like it feels like it's normal to be that way. You know, it's. Firesc, how do you say?
Yeah, it's natural.
Natural.
Yeah. I think in a real world apocalypse scenario, I think Nico would handle it a lot better than we do.
I don't know.
I mean, you sort of. I think it says something about your personality if you enjoy that kind of stuff. You know, I don't enjoy that kind of stuff.
Fallout 4 was really good. Yeah, Subnautica.
Oh, I want to play Subnautica too.
I have it in my wish list. I'm waiting for a sale.
I think I'm gonna get it on PS4 at some point, but after we launch the game, because I'm not excited about.
You don't have time to play stuff.
No, I know. I'm just saying that I'm gonna get it at some point, but I'm not excited about the survival stuff. I just really like scuba diving, and not scuba diving. I like diving underwater because I haven't gone scuba diving.
But you haven't played.
Abzu. I watched you play it.
But you have to play it.
I'm gonna play it at some point.
Oh, man,
But what I like,
is so great.
that
That game
looks
is
really good.
a work of art.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
so
is.
beautiful.
It
You have
is.
to play it, guys. If you have
And the cool part about it is that you don't have to worry about dying or enemies or anything like that. You just ride.
It's beautiful. It's so.
You just
beautiful.
ride the dolphins and grab onto weird fish and just
Yeah.
swim around. Yeah.
Also, I want to get Mass Effect. I haven't played any of the
You
games.
haven't played any of Mass Effect?
So that's what I want to play. And
Play them in order. The cool part about
Subnautica, Mass Effect.
The cool part about Mass Effect is that you can actually, once you finish one game, you can transfer your character to the next game with all the stats and everything. So that's pretty cool. I only played 2 and 3. I started playing 1 and I really didn't like it, but I played 2 and 3. I don't think I played 3 to completion.
Number 1, the Mass Effect 1 it has 92% positive reviews overall. It's crazy.
Well, it was at the time. It was really, really
It's
revolutionary.
like and
Yeah.
well, I'm playing like 2 or 3 hours each day before I sleep.
And fuck, like Subnautica sold an insane amount of
Well, from what I've read,
copies.
people saying that it deserves.
Yeah, people are really into survival games. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah,
really
another
that
cool
big on it.
game is Empyrean, where you can build spaceships. If you're into that, I recommend it. Empyrean, I really like it. It's early access, but it's one of the best. I've also tried Space Engineers. What I don't like about Space Engineers is that weird halo light effect that's on everything. It's burning my eyes.
But you should like, dude. You're an engineer. You should be all about space engineers.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried playing the game, but all the lights have that halo.
Oh,
you know,
okay, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
boom, that blur, and the shiny thing everywhere, and it's.
Yeah, I think it's
I
called
hate
Bloom or
it.
something.
Yeah, Bloom, and you can't disable it.
You can't
and
disable it.
You can't.
Why?
And I don't know. I
Doesn't make
kept
sense.
searching for it, and I saw all the YouTube's movies and everything have it, and I think it's so horrible that I can't really build right and do things right.
Is it like Minecraft? Is Space Engineer something like Minecraft or something like that?
Yeah, but it's on a different level. It's with tools that you can build. I mean, you don't build pixelated.
Oh man,
Things.
Pansy, I watched a little bit of Rust, but that's, Rust, from what I watched, it just kills your faith in humanity. Like the purpose of that game is just to be an asshole to each other and kill each other and stuff. No, the thing is that you spawn in Rust, you spawn naked, and it's one of those things where you have to start crafting from, you have a rock or something, and then you start crafting and you end up with AK-47 and stuff. But what's interesting about that game is that the world is actually permanent. Like you have you build like a shelter, and when you quit out of the game, it's something like your character stays there, but he's sleeping and you're powerless, and people can invade your shelter and kill you and get your stuff. But it's very. It isn't dark as in horror. It's just dark as in it brings out the worst in humanity from what videos I've seen.
Oh,
Okay, so one account and I'm playing in shifts.
Yeah, something like that. You need to pay someone. You outsource your Rust playing, and it also looks bad. Like it looks really, really bad. That's the thing. That's what really changed stuff around, and I don't think it's a good thing. I mean, it helps developers, but all this buying assets from the Unity store and using them is just that's really responsible for a lot of shitty looking games, because you just buy basic assets off the store and you don't really modify them. They should be like building blocks, like you buy a 3D model and you should just modify it to suit what you need, but people are just lazy and they just buy them and throw them in the game and make shitty games with it. So and the Daisy mod people set up secure fortress and others started raid operations to get into. I mean, that's cool, like a lot of people collaborating and raiding each other and stuff, but it's not, I mean, from what I've seen in Rust, it's not anything epic. It's just like really what it would be like, I assume, if there was an apocalypse, like people giving no shits and having zero morality and just murdering babies and taking their food away. So I guess if you're into
So
that, yeah, you
sad.
can play Rust.
So sad.
Just I feel like we brought everyone down just thinking, just talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to play some games, but I just haven't found the time lately. All I do is just I play a couple of rounds of Black Ops 3 before I go to bed. They just announced Black Ops 4, which is looking forward to that in October. And not much else. Not much else. I just want to stop buying games because I keep buying games on discount and I never.
I want
get
to finish
play
our game so we can relax,
Yeah.
get some sleep.
Oh my god, did you see that? Oh my god, that was horrible. That was horrible. And did you see the guy who was supposed to work on the remaster? We're talking about the Simon the Sorcerer remaster, where it's remaster, like they took these 320 by 240 really good looking pixel art and they just upres it, and not only did they upres it, but they added this weird filter that just blends everything together. It just looks like
so
horrible. You know, and it's a 25th anniversary edition. It's just, oh my god, like for the 25th anniversary, just slap your pixel artist in the face. Like,
another disappointment is Neverwinter Nights remastered.
it is? Did it come out? Did you play it?
I just looked. It's such a disappointment.
That's sad. But I don't know. Some games, they should just implement like widescreen support for them, especially if they're 3D games, and just leave them the way they are if they can't. Yeah, it was. I wasn't crazy about the character art, but the backgrounds were really cool. They had all these intricate, like green, I don't know, like gnarly trees and stuff. It really set them apart very nicely. So.
Oh well.
Yeah. I don't know. Pixel art is great. It's just such a mystery to me. Isn't it to you?
No, that
I've never
adventure
tried
game,
it. Never
done
thought
it's
about
really
it.
good.
And I've never played a pixel art game.
You haven't? I feel like maybe we played something
Of
together.
course we played that adventure game.
Oh yeah, but the Thimbleweed Park. That's
Exactly.
basically.
I didn't really play.
Oh, you didn't really play it.
I
You were
didn't
just
play
sort of
this
hovering
as-
in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best pixel art I've seen.
Yeah, I think.
Is it out? Is the Age of Empires 1 remastered out? Because I want to buy that.
Yeah, Chunky Pixels is great. I think the remake was on mobile and they're just bringing it to Steam. I think that's what's happening with the Simon the Sorcerer thing. Yeah, both games coming in 2 weeks at the same date. Like in the same
Another
date.
good remaster was StarCraft 1. So I've played the StarCraft 1
The Brew War
remaster,
one?
yeah, and the original one, and that was awesome.
Well, it's Blizzard.
No, really, I mean that really felt like remastered. It's I really feel like it was worth the money. So StarCraft 1 remastered, I was like, I felt happy that I paid for it. You know, it's like I got my money's worth of entertainment. Yeah. And even so, in Kingdom Come Deliverance, I mean, I paid those 60 euros. It's quite expensive.
It is, yeah, but it's.
I felt like, okay, I got the entertainment. But because they left me hanging like that, I kind of have a grudge on them.
I don't know. If I enjoyed the journey. I'm not that like I really got invested into Lost. Remember? Did you watch Lost, Nico? Yes. Like everyone knows how that show ended. It was very anticlimactic and didn't really explain anything. I feel like we can say that it's not really a spoiler at this point.
That's what happened with Kingdom Come Deliverance.
But when you think back about it, you enjoyed the mystery up until that point. It was like having sex but not having an orgasm. But you still had sex. It felt good. I'm not sure if that's the
but
best
you enjoy
comparison
the
possible.
mystery under false premises. That's the problem. Because you think it all makes sense
But
in
philosophically,
the end, and it adds up,
yes.
and it doesn't.
But philosophically, if you just live in the now, like Buddhists say, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
I don't know. They say a lot
Who
of
says
things.
there's some people
Everyone
who say
wants
live
to
in the
live in
now.
the now.
Okay, live in the now, carpe diem, and all that
Finished.
stuff.
Whatever.
Age of Empires 1
just-
is finished. Age of Empires 1 is finished.
I don't know.
Microsoft Store.
So if you live in the now.
How do you buy from Microsoft Store?
If you live in the now?
What?
So if you live in the now, it doesn't matter that it ends badly. I mean, that it's underwhelming. Right? Philosophically speaking. You're just enjoying it in the moment.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Senseless Squirrel, just stick with Bloodborne. It's a very counterintuitive way of playing. I hadn't really played the Souls games, but it's really, really worth
Why
it.
would they do that? Why?
Yeah, they do that. They do that that thing where they force you to go to the Microsoft Store or whatever thingy, Windows 10, and it's very badly populated because they're trying to
do something like that?
Because they're trying to compete with Steam.
They should have put it on Steam and people got money out of it.
Yeah, but they don't want to give away 30% to Steam. Like in our case, when we're going to be selling the game, Steam's
so
taking
sad.
30% away. If we don't get the TIN from the US government is taking 30% away.
Then our government.
And then our government is taking 16%, I think?
Yeah.
Or is it 12
21.
now? No.
21.
The VAT. What's the VAT?
21.
No, it used to be that, but I think it's not
No,
21.
it's for food only.
No, I don't
21.
think so.
Are you telling me that 80% of our money is going to go away?
Yeah. But no, the thing is that these are not cumulative. It's like you have a whole and then they take 30% and what's left they take another 30 and from what's left they take another 20.
Okay,
so
that
in the
makes
end
sense.
it's not like 80%, it's more like
the whole.
50.
Oh, okay. So it's not that way. No. I know that we have, what do you call that? It's like it's some kind of agreement between Romania and the US, and we're sort of like the most favored country, clause of the most favored country or something like that.
So
And if you
we
call
forget
there and get a TIN, they only take, the
10%.
US government only takes 10% instead of 30%. But still, I'm still, like
but we still have to pay our government, so it adds up.
Yeah, but it sucks so bad, man, because my entire life is just working on this game and trying to make ends meet and just, for shitty pay and
then you have
zero
you
life.
have like this big let's say bag of money,
Yeah.
and then comes the government and takes some, and then comes the other and takes some and takes some, and in the end you're looking and you're seeing a few pennies.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah, and the government in Romania doesn't really give you anything. For
yeah,
that.
if at least
They
you got
take
good
The
stuff.
healthcare and
They
the pensions,
take.
like it's
They
so
take
bad
and
here.
take and take.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind it if they would provide decent
But you
services.
still go to private.
I remember this
Help.
from Breaking Bad when do you remember when they got all this money and he was like, well, you have, and someone was taking Walter's White money and this is for the street workers, this is for the and he was like, what, why? And this is for the people that distribute, and this is for the it's like those are all my money. That was like Walter White. I just remember that scene.
Just move to Sweden. But you guys have in Sweden, you guys have some big ass taxes, but at least you're getting something back.
It's a good
I remember there's some guy who was on Kickstarter before we did our Kickstarter. He was from Sweden, and he posted this thing about how much money the government was going to take away from him. And it was like 45% of the money.
Yeah, but they get
Gone.
stuff.
Yeah, they do
in-
get stuff.
in-
They do
in
get.
return,
They do
so-
get stuff in
Yeah,
return.
we get
that's true.
nothing.
We get nothing.
They get a really good life and a really
Like you
good
pay,
society. in
like you
return.
pay a lot for
wouldn't
shitty
mind
healthcare that you you just
Just
don't use it because you're
I
gonna.
never go to the hospital. You have to
Yeah.
wait for 5 hours there if you want to get a doctor's appointment that comes and
And
doesn't
they're
have time
brutal.
for you and
they
just
treat you like shit, like you're
Yeah,
a
I know,
nobody,
I
and
know.
they almost spit on you.
This is
And
us
there are also
bitching stream.
doctors that beat their patients.
oh man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just saw news that a doctor came in and he beat up an old lady because I
Maybe
don't
it
know,
was
she-
like motivational, like
motivational
you
beating,
yeah, like you can do this.
and they always treat you like shit, and they look down on you. It's like you're nothing to them, and
This
that's
is-
like 90% of the doctors. 90%.
This is becoming a very dark stream.
It is. And they just want to take your money away, and it's like, oh, so you're not giving me something? Go away. You can wait
Yeah.
another hour on the hallway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think something similar should be with the police department. It's like when a doctor calls and he's like, my house is on fire. I'm sorry, do you have an appointment? My house is on fire. Okay, we'll schedule it for next week. We are going to bring a special
Yeah.
unit.
That's true. That's true. What can you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. This went really dark there. But anyway, yeah. we're working on the game and it's all good. At least working on the game is going great. Yeah.
We are weeks away from finishing.
We are literally weeks away. Well, finishing.
Since it has gotten so dark, I'm gonna lighten up and move a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Weeks away from finishing.
Weeks away from the game itself, but then we still have to add the sounds and stuff. I've been
voices and things.
I've been working a lot on sound design. Man, you cannot imagine how many sounds go into this game. Especially, I think it's especially with adventure games because something unique always happens. Like you don't have, other than grabbing sounds, you don't really have sounds that repeat a lot.
In 2 or 3 weeks, I think we're finishing the first beta of the entire game.
Mm-hmm,
so in 2 or 3 weeks,
something like that.
Yeah, and then
awesome.
without sound conversations.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 weeks. So that's where we are.
Yeah, because we're doing these passes now. We're doing a light and shadow pass, and things look really really good. I have to say.
Simple game logic, and then we have some conversations, game logic, and then testing. So the way it's progressing, everything, 2 or 3 weeks.
And then it's off to the races with the voices, with the recording and the editing
recordings,
and everything.
and then it needs to be tested with the recordings to make sure that each line is spoken
it's gonna be crazy.
with the right written text. There has to be some testing there, and of course some polish passes if we have the budget for them.
Yeah,
if not, we're going to throw it on Steam and that's it.
No, we're not.
And then we're going to kill ourselves.
I was supposed to actually be doing some recording with some voice actors in our studio this week, but this fucking beast from the east thing happened, and it's really cold, and the the cold, the wave of cold.
Beast from the east.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I'm thinking it's Russia or something.
Yeah, I think that's
us.
no. Yeah, but it's just the cold from Russia invading us. And the thing is that our little studio gets.
Russia is doing military actions and military exercises in Ukraine.
Really?
Yeah, in the territories that they occupied. So they're really moving closer and closer.
Okay, that's a nice reassuring thought. But anyway, I was just saying that our studio is kind of hard to warm up. It takes a lot of time to warm up, so I've just sort of postponed that for hopefully next week is going to be warmer, and we might get maybe even 2 or 3 actors in to record voices for our Transylvanian segments. So that's gonna be cool.
I'm really scared of the Russians.
And don't say that. Not Russians in general. We like everyone.
No, I mean they have
about the military.
No idea. And I mean, liking and not hating them or liking them or something.
You're scared. You like them, but
you're
scared.
Scared of their military exercises and things like that.
Yeah, I'm scared.
I mean, who's not scared of war and invasion?
Yeah.
It's like I don't have personally something
that's
with the good people there living their lives and not bothering anyone.
The Russian hammer sounds very appropriate. Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a frozen Thor's hammer thing.
Of course, I have nothing with the common people, the common folks.
Yeah,
it's always the nobility that's screwing everyone up.
Yeah, senseless. Yes, I do. Because actually, I found I thought of another character. I'm gonna get in touch with you about that. Sorry.
I don't know.
Why do they want more land though? Because they're not making it anymore. You have to get land.
We need one country. We have one earth, one country, one language.
Well, I don't know about one language. That would be kind of boring.
No, it would be awesome.
Have you tried to learn Esperanto? Just look that up, man.
One language. One language to rule them all. One language to bind them all.
Into darkness, bind them. Yeah. I guess whatever we do, we just get really dark with this. I think
it's because we're really tired
and
the weather is really bad.
Yeah, the weather
sucks. I went to a funeral
sucks.
today. So.
Oh, and Nick went to a funeral. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about Russians invading
and funerals and
and being sick and dying and not being able to properly test the game and put it on Steam. And
no, man, we're gonna do that. Don't worry about that.
And everything goes to shit and we are going to cry in a little corner. And
No. We need to get that Steam page though up and running as fast as possible. That's what we were discussing today. We have to do all the legal paraphernalia, get that Steam page up so people can wishlist it. Because from what I understand, it's really important for Steam's algorithms that you have as many wishlisters as possible. So once we get that Steam page up and running, we're gonna ask you guys to wish list that fucker.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to buy it, even if you are already getting a code because you're back to some Kickstarter.
We want the game to have 0 bugs. That's our aim. At least if there are going to be any bugs, I want to make sure that they're visual bugs.
Yeah, Cyber Demons. So
far, I mean, visual bugs were in the beta too.
Yeah,
so there weren't game breaking.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because I don't think I ran into any game breaking bugs, and I've tested the game a lot. I mean, granted, I'm testing it on not all chapters are connected. So, for example, you finish a puzzle and you don't automatically jump to the next one. I have to sort of do it from our debugging tool, but from everything I've seen so far, it's just, I don't know, most of them aren't necessarily bugs. It's like we haven't thought about what would happen in this very weird situation,
Yeah, I mean, visual bugs are like, I don't know, some sprites are not properly illuminated.
Yeah, or like Joey moved today. I was so scared. She just moved to the left out of a sudden. I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, did that character just move by itself?
So we have a development policy that I've implemented that we are working on. It's called zero bugs implementation, and it works really good so far. Using this policy that I've read when people are developing really big projects. I read a really good article on Microsoft and the way they were working on Excel and the changes they were making after the big fiasco of Excel 3 and the Microsoft tools way back. So we're kind of doing
So how do you make it that you have 0 bugs, Nico?
It's like we're building the game with tools that have been properly tested in all the right circumstances, and those tools that were working, they've also been tested a lot that they're working with each other, and using those tools we are building things. So in this fashion of development, you are really you can't really produce bugs unless you intentionally forget to do something or such. And each small part of the game that's being implemented each day, it's being tested in the same day. It's like let's say something you're building with this already tested tools and such. You're working at a higher level of development. You're building some module for the game. It's like some conversation or something, and then you're like, okay, let's test this part, make sure it's working properly with the entire game, is not breaking anything. Okay, this one is working, and then you're moving on to something else. So this development approach can help us avoid critical game breaking bugs. And then when you finish a chapter, again, you're properly testing that chapter, and you're checking if you have to make tiny adjustments to one of the tools or the other, and
that sounds like a good idea. So why isn't everyone doing that?
I have no idea why. No, really, I don't understand. It's like, okay, they have those sprints and they're working on, I don't know why they're not doing. I was always implementing this policy. So you have the core thing, and if you're doing something, you do that part, and you have to make sure that your part doesn't influence the core. It's like some of the people are developing is like, okay, you want to install a carburetor or on your machine, I don't know, or something is like, okay, let's go in the trunk and add the cable through there or something like that. You're going to have everything messy. So that's not what engines or whatever else are working. It's like on a computer.
Yeah.
You have, okay, let's say these are RAMs. And they're not like a part of the RAM is here and another part is in the CPU and another part is, playing with independent modules. For that to be working, you need the interconnectivity to be thoroughly tested. So it's what we done with the game. So we develop tools for like a year, and then we develop the game the second year with the tools we've built.
That seems like a very responsible thing to do, right? So Nico, what do you think about people making their own engines from scratch? Do you think that's advisable, especially if it's your first game?
It's not advisable.
Ooh, our video just went away.
I don't know why.
But anyway, I think
working, it's fine.
Yeah, it is working fine. Yeah.
I don't advise people building their own gaming engine unless they're doing really, really specialized small projects.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the manpower or the resources to compete with the Unreal Engine or Unity engine that's being developed by thousands of people over tens of years.
Yeah, and updated.
It's like someone is working for
it's
15 years on a game engine with thousands of people and a community of millions, and he's like, okay, I'm going to build my own game engine. You just can't compete with that.
That's true.
Unless you're building, as I was saying before, something really, really specialized, and it's like, okay, I want to build, I don't know, I mean, the example is in Romanian, and I don't know how to translate it. It's like, I want to build a fishing rod, and I'm not going to a factory to build a fishing rod. So unless you're building something really, really specific, I don't recommend building your own gaming engine and using one, or at least tools and libraries and things like that.
Hey Crystal, welcome to the stream.
It's like you can't do it better than people working for such a long period of time.
That's you're just using previous people's experience and their work and just building on that.
You know, it's like, okay, I want to build my own operating system.
Yeah.
Can you really compete on PC with Mac or Windows?
That Linus guy did it.
Or I mean, but how many people are using Windows or Mac, and how many people are using Linux?
Yeah, that's true.
And why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they using
Why
it?
not?
It's like it's a very specialized tool, and it's not so user friendly.
Yeah, it's very. I think it's very programmer oriented, right?
Not really.
Or technical guy oriented, maybe.
As I was saying, use the right tool for the right job. You know, like if you wanna undo a screw, you use the screwdriver and not the hammer.
Yeah.
So
that's true, Crystal. But he did name it after himself. Did he name it after himself? I don't know. But they do sound alike. So that might be an explanation there.
So, I don't know about Linux. There are a lot of versions and things like that. Use the right tool for the right job. I mean, people are building operating systems, but for really specific devices and things like that. So it's like, okay, we got a smartwatch and we want to build. They were building Tizen for Samsung smartwatches, and again, they had something really, really specific in mind, and that's why they were building it. And even so, they weren't building it from scratch. They were building something really specific for a really specific task, because all the other operating system was too cumbersome. So I think this also applies to building your own gaming engine. Unless you have a really specific task in mind, it's not worth it. Unless you want to learn how a gaming engine works, that's kudos for you.
And as Newton said, if I had gone forward, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants or something like that.
That's where Shoulders of Giants comes from.
Yeah, because that's how knowledge works. You have to build on what's already there, not redo stuff that already works. Just improve stuff. Yeah.
I had no idea that was who said that. Cool.
Let's do the giveaway.
Let's do the giveaway. Yeah, this has been a very rambling stream because that's the deal with the weekly updates. We're just working on the game.
Well, it's a Gibbous TV, so everything can be on.
Everything. We've talked about Kingdom Come Deliverance and operating systems and the healthcare system and pretty much everything. So most devs for adventure use engines that are available. Yes, why reinvent the wheel? Yeah, I agree. And especially Unity with Adventure Creator is just really, really awesome from what Nico tells me. So it's not really what they advertise it like.
We're using Unity and not other engines that adventure creators use, because we're implementing things that other adventure engines don't have
Yeah,
like
that's
real-time lighting and shadows and things like that.
That is true. That is very true. Alright, so.
Alright, so for the
Nightbot.
giveaway, we're
I-
giving away Assassin's Creed 3, right?
Yes, we are.
Cool.
And
So
it
let's
shows
see.
0 users again.
Oh no,
God
come
damn
on.
it, Nightbot. I forgot to start it up before.
Told you so.
Oh,
I
man.
forgot to start up before. Never mind. I'm gonna do it again. So here we go. Nightbot. Here we go. Here we go with the Nightbot. Oh come on.
If the page is not started, I think Nightbot has a problem with.
Yeah, probably. But before. Oh. Okay. It only shows Crystal now, so that's not really. That's not really fair to everyone else. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's working.
I think so. Alright, yeah, I think so.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll it. Here we go.
Crystal won the giveaway.
Crystal won the giveaway. Congratulations.
But it was showing everyone, right?
Yeah. It
Oh,
was.
cool.
It was.
Awesome, Crystal.
Crystal, we are building you a nice gaming library. Awesome. Alright, so stick around, Crystal. I'm gonna send you
Assassin's Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Yay.
So that's pretty cool.
That bot, she was like that.
The Nightbot loves you.
Yeah.
No problem, Crystal. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about not being live last week. We were very tired and not feeling so hot, and Nico wasn't around. Today was a little dark. Hopefully next week we're gonna feel a little bit better and talk about happier, shiny, happy things and not complain so much as we did. But hey, this is just us being honest, so we are not gonna fake it.
Yeah.
You love the
Game
bot.
development
Yes.
is tiring.
Game development
It's
is tiring.
hard, man.
Oh my god.
We're tired. We're tired.
As I was saying, next game we're gonna either adjust the team size to the scope or the scope to the team size. We're not doing this crunchy thing again because it's fucking crazy. And
I can't wait for spring and sun and sunshine
it's
because
true.
it's been so cold and dark the last few weeks, months actually. But this week in particular. So yeah, if we've been a bit dark too, it's because it's this weather and all the work and lack of sunshine. It's getting to us.
Ain't no sunshine. Sorry. All right, I guess that was it for this week, and we will be back next week. Hopefully with the other girls too. They are busy studying and trying to make them to improve themselves. I don't know, man. They're studying. They're good students, and we appreciate that, and we will not get in the way of their education. So, thanks so much for hanging out with us. See you next Tuesday. See you exactly in a week. Probably all 5 of us. Who knows how that's gonna go?
Is that Squirrel? I don't know.
Wait, isn't it that like 1st of March officially?
Well, on the calendar, yes, but it's like the astronomical calendar. Like I think it's when the equinox.
Oh,
spring.
okay.
But I think
Girls
that's,
studying in the village circle.
I think that's later. Isn't that when the time changes? I have no idea.
I have no idea
It's
either.
going to change for the last time.
No.
Yeah, there is a European law that.
Really?
Yeah, I just heard it on the.
Oh
radio.
yeah. The daylight savings
Yeah.
is gone.
It's going to.
We're
This is
saying
going to
goodbye
be
to
the
it.
last one.
Cool.
Really? And how does it change?
It no longer changes.
I have a
No,
feeling.
but how does it stay? Like in the summer? Or
Yeah,
in
the
winter?
summer. This is the last one.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
but-
understand this was a very antiquated and weird
Okay,
thing.
but what I don't understand is
Yeah.
how it will be permanently. Is it the
The
summer?
way it's changing now to summer.
Cool. Then we'll have more sunshine in the winter, right?
Ain't no sunshine
Yeah.
when
It's gonna-
she's
Yeah,
gone.
I just heard someone from the European Parliament, and they were saying that the thing with the saving time was done because they needed to save energy and power, and
Really?
yeah,
I
and
never
people
understood that
needed
stuff.
to. I mean, it was more daylight with that. That's why it's creating the daylight, and they were saving electricity and things like that. And they were saying that they now have other means to power save, and it's no longer necessary. And this already is causing a lot of problems for different, just passing from GMT +2 to +3 to +2 and things
It's a
like that.
whole- it's a
they're
whole
just
mess.
going to keep it the way
Yeah.
it's going to be in the summer.
Cool. So, I guess we'll see you in summer. Nah, that sounded wrong. like in
See you in the
summer.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Is it gonna be April? No, it's not gonna be April.
Not yet. It's
Not
still
yet.
March.
April, game's gonna be done.
Yeah, I want April to be like 3 years from now.
Game's gonna be done minus the voices and stuff.
Yeah.
And some cutscenes.
And some music.
But we're giving you the
Still
cutscenes
have to make
extra,
some
so
music,
yeah.
but I'm still
Oh,
working
you still
on
have
it.
to write some music.
Yeah, the one for the end
Yeah.
series. I haven't
So fingers crossed that the actors get back to us and we get all the stuff as soon as possible and we can get this game done and out there as soon as possible. All right, guys, that was it from us. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Bye,
week.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace and Lovecraft.
Bye.